and welcome to Frankly Speaking. Today we have a very special guest, Mukti Guru, Sri Krishnaji, co-creator of ECOM, World Center for Enlightenment. Namaste and welcome to Frankly Speaking. I want to ask you, your mission at ECOM has always been a better world for everybody, for individual and collective transformation. Sri Krishnaji, what do you mean by this transformation? Human beings today are in a race for survival. In the middle of all of this confusion, how do you actually encourage people to undergo a personal transformation?
Navika ji, first of all, thank you so much for having me on the show. Individual transformation is at the crux of our work. For collective transformation to happen, we focus a lot on individual transformation. And what does this individual transformation mean? It means that we are teaching people to live in states of great compassion and great oneness, which are enlightened states. So we want people to live in these states so that collectively they can impact humanity's consciousness. Our vision for the world is to create 81,000 people in this world, which is 0.001% of the population, who can actually learn to live in these great states of compassion and great states of oneness. Now, we as humanity are connected. We are not separate, but we are connected. And when an individual transforms, that individual's transformation is impacting the collective. So today, science speaks about how we are all one field of consciousness. Actually, even in the physical world, we are all connected. Matter and energy, they're not separate, they're connected. In the same way, our consciousness is connected to the entire humanity's consciousness. So our vision is to bring about this individual transformation where an individual is able to live in these states, in these great enlightened states of great compassion and great oneness.
The concept of ECOM, or oneness that you're talking about, how does an individual like me feel and experience this oneness? We have our work pressures, we have our family pressures, we have our home pressures, friends, and a fast-moving world around us. How would you make somebody like me experience this oneness? How do I go about it?
See, if not for oneness, we are talking about a world that is not feeling one. Today, I meet so many people and everybody asks me this question. We are not able to feel this connection. We're not able to feel this one, be it within a family, be it within a work culture, be it between nations, So if not for this feeling of oneness, we will actually be experiencing hell if we don't feel one. So if we don't feel one with our family, if we don't feel one with our fellow neighbors, if we don't feel one as nations, then what we are actually experiencing is a lot of separation and a lot of division. Let's talk about family. Now, when you come to families, we clearly see that this seeking for feeling one is very, very strong. But yet, that is not happening in families. In today's families, most of the time, people are feeling separated, people are feeling disconnected, people are feeling hurt, people are feeling that there's no sense of belonging. They're actually not experiencing that one. And the result of that is the children who are part of that family are experiencing a tremendous amount of disconnection, a tremendous amount of pressure, stress and anxiety. And we see their lives as they grow up moving into more problems of disconnection, more problems of not able to feel connected. Loneliness, depression, anxiety, all these are growing. And these are all growing because in the family there is no sense of oneness. If you come to the human body, for example, human body is a great example. Now our human body functions in a state of oneness. All the 30 trillion cells are communicating with each other. The enzymes are communicating with each other. The hormones are communicating with each other. The organs are communicating with each other. As this communication is happening in a state of oneness, you are in good health. When this communication breaks down, let us say that this communication is not proper and it is not in a state of oneness, then what the human body experiences is sickness. So oneness is the nature of the universe. Oneness is the nature of everything that is existing. Everything is in a flow, everything is in a harmony. And when a disturbance happens, problems set in. So oneness as a state is very important for individuals and family members. So in the family, when we talk to individuals, what we find is that an individual is unable to feel connected to the family because of his or her anxiety, his or her stress, and more importantly because the person is a broken mirror. So when we talk to an individual, we find out that, a human being is so many pieces of a broken mirror. And what are these broken mirrors? What is this broken mirror? This broken mirror is different voices. Voice of mother saying that, live according to values. Voice of the father, which is saying, go after ambition, become successful no matter what. Voice of the grandparent, which is saying, live a simple life, don't be so ambitious. Voice of social media, which is celebrity voice, which is saying, live like them. So there is this constant struggle of trying to be something else from who you are, constant dissatisfaction with what you have, with who you are, and constantly wanting to get somewhere else. Unless and until all these broken mirrors come together and you heal and you feel one within you, there is no way you can be present to anything in life. You cannot be present to the work you are doing, you cannot be present to your family, and as leaders of nations, you cannot be present to the nation itself. So oneness is that state where you are able to heal your hurts, heal your anger, heal your fear, and you're actually able to be present and connected to everyone that you're coming in touch with.
So how do you do it? The point is, when we have an active working life, how do we disconnect from all this and begin to do this? How does ACOM help people to do that and get into that form of oneness where we can have different, as we say, different notes of music and make it into a harmonious tune? How do we do that?
See, first of all, we should understand that the oneness we're talking about is not an ideal. It's not a world where we are seeing everybody agreeing upon the same ideology or same idea. That's not the oneness we're talking about. The oneness that we are talking about is an inner state. Now, this inner state, you can actually get there by practicing simple meditations. You can actually get there by going through a spiritual journey. We have thousands of people who come to our courses, to our ACOM campus, and they give 2 weeks in a year. That's it for a journey, and they see massive transformation happening in them. Again, it is about healing yourself. It is about bringing these broken mirrors together and making it into one beautiful mirror. That can happen if you have the passion to do it, if you have the conviction that, yes, I need this spiritual journey, I need to heal, and I need to spend this time for myself. If you're clear about it, then the journey can begin.
Your work also involves bridging the gap between science and spirituality. I just want to know, how do these two domains intersect to become one entity for you to promulgate? Science and spirituality, for many people, is different, and for many, they're trying to bring it together, that one is not contradictory to the others. How do you propose to do?
In fact, science and spirituality are getting close very much today. In fact, I think if you looked at history and if you look at the present time, science and spirituality are agreeing on many things and coming together on many things. Now, science, if you look at science and technology has given human beings things to live with. Science and technology has not given human beings what to live for. Okay, so today, if you look at all the youth, youngsters, and everybody, we have got lots of things to live with. We have gadgets, we have watches, we have shoes, we have different kinds of clothing, homes, cars, everything. But the biggest question is, with all this, what am I living for? Now, the purpose. Now, that question can only be answered by a spiritual awakening. Only when you awaken in your inner world can you actually discover what are you living for. Even unfortunately today, human relationships, it's about whom do I want to live with. It's not about what do I want to live for in this relationship. It's about, So science and technology is giving the answer for the external, which is to live with things, but it can never give you an answer for
live for.
Now, if you looked at science, and science is today clearly telling us that the human brain is capable of living in this amazing enlightened states. And there's a lot of science, a lot of studies that's going on human brains. So fundamentally, our human brain has 5 brain modes. And science is doing these studies. And These 5 brain wave modes are called beta, alpha, theta, delta, and gamma. Now, when your brain is pulsating at a beta wave mode, it is pulsating between 14 to 30 cycles per second. Now, in beta, there is beta and high beta. Now, scientists call this beta brain mode as a monkey brain mode. So, when your brain is pulsating at these cycles, you lack attention, you lack focus, you lack connection, you cannot be present, and you're constantly thinking about something. So you can never be attentive to something, and the memory capacity also is very less. When your brain is in high beta wave mode, it becomes a brain which is obsessively thinking about the same thing again and again. So you'll come across people who are unnecessarily worrying a lot, who are very anxious because they're thinking the same thing again and again. Now you can change that from beta wave mode to alpha mode, which is when your brain is pulsating between 8 to 13 cycles per second. Now when your brain moves to alpha mode, you become more attentive, you become more calm, you become more focused, and your memory is far better, and you're actually present to people. Now when your brain moves from alpha to theta brain mode, where your brain is pulsating between 4 to 8 cycles per second, your brain has actually become a mystical brain. Your brain has actually become a transcendental brain, where you are now capable of experiencing beautiful enlightened states. You are actually experiencing states of calmness, states of being present. You are actually becoming like an antenna which is also accessing the universal intelligence or the divine. You are able to allow that universal intelligence to flow into you. Your brain is in that mode where it can access that intelligence. When your brain moves to delta mode, which is 1 to 3 cycles per second, that is basically when you're sleeping. So that is not so important. Then scientists have recently discovered the low gamma and the high gamma brain mode, where your brain is actually pulsating from 40 to 60 cycles per second in low gamma mode. Here you are actually awakening to compassion. So when your brain is in this state, you are actually feeling connected to the other, you are actually feeling one with the other, and this I-centricness is diminished, and you are actually feeling other-centricness. And when your brain moves to high gamma mode, which is 60 to 80 cycles per second, you are actually experiencing states of oneness. So this is scientifically proven that these states actually impact the brain, and the brain in turn impacts these states. So it is possible to live in these states today. So today science is saying that these states are possible. Probably in the near future, science will be actually, it'll be possible for science to induce the states into humans, make it happen actually.
Well, you also say in your teachings, and you just spoke about the fact that meditation is one way to get into this. So meditation, mindfulness, how can these practices help individuals navigate the challenges of the modern day? I mean, we're all in our age group, people who are working, who have high pressure jobs, etc. What role does meditation play? How does an individual get into that, and what's the right way to meditate?
See, actually all these studies that are being conducted now, most of them are conducted on meditations, and through meditations they're actually seeing that the brain is changing. So you can start with a simple practice called soul sync practice that thousands of us seekers across the world do it. It's 11 minutes practice. It actually changes your brain from beta to alpha state. So it makes your brain more calmer, it makes your brain more attentive, more focused. It's just for 11 minutes, but it's a practice. Just like you remember to eat every day, you must remember to meditate, and you must know the importance of meditation, that it actually changes your brain, it actually changes your state, it makes you much more sharper and more intelligent. Now, mindfulness, for me, we have a 5-stage path that we have laid out for people to reach from where they are today to enlightenment. But I would not like to go into all those 5 stages now, but I'll go into the first 2 stages. The first 2 stages are 1, becoming conscious, and 2, becoming aware. So today, if you looked at the world, you will see that most of the people are living in a state of unconsciousness. They're not conscious about what they're doing. The first stage in anyone's journey for transformation is to become conscious. What are the words I'm speaking? What are the actions? Are my actions hurting, or are my actions uplifting somebody? If you can become a conscious individual, that is your first step towards transformation. The second step is to become aware. This is a very important thing because this is mindfulness. Awareness means what is the inner state you are functioning from. When you're talking to your wife, when you're talking to your husband, when you're talking to your children, to your colleagues, what is your inner state? So I have given this very important teaching to the world that human beings, all human beings, irrespective of your religion, race, gender, age, class, nationality, we all only live in two states of being, a suffering state and a no suffering state. That is how we experience our life. And what is a suffering state? Suffering states are states of anxiety, stress, anger, fear, jealousy, disconnection. These are all suffering states. When you are experiencing these states,
Negative energies.
negative states, exactly. When you are experiencing these states, you are basically conflicted, you are confused, you are frustrated, you are irritated, you don't know what should I be doing next. These are suffering states. In no suffering states, you have the beautiful states and the enlightened states. Beautiful states are states of gratitude, calm, peace, love. So when you're hurt, you dissolve your hurt, you move to love. When you're angry, you dissolve your anger, you move to peace. These are beautiful states. And then you have enlightened states, which are oneness and great compassion. Today, human beings are asking, what am I doing? But more important is, what is the state from which what I'm doing? If you can move to a beautiful state and live your life from that state, imagine you are relating to your child from a beautiful state. You are relating to your partner from a beautiful state. You are relating to your colleagues from a beautiful state. World leaders are relating to each other from a beautiful state. Imagine what will be the outcome of it. It will be oneness, right? It will be feeling of one. It will be feeling of appreciation. It will be feeling of respect. It will be a feeling of connection. Without that state, if you are going to, you could have good behavior, like inside you can feel anger, but outside, hello sir, how are you? You can say that. But deep within, you're not in that state. So state is the most powerful thing because that is who you are. You are living there. That is the power. So I tell people that if you want a great life, if you want a fantastic life where everything is meaningful, everything is abundant, then you must learn to live in a beautiful state. Otherwise, whatever you might have in life, you will still not appreciate it. I meet so many youngsters every month. I go around colleges giving talks and meet them. I would say 95% of them have come up to me and said, Krishnaji, we are stressed, we are anxious, we don't know what we are doing with our lives. Where is the world going? What is happening? Can you please help us? Can you please guide us? They are from very renowned, fantastic universities. I think we have to teach our youngsters how to live in this beautiful state. How do I not burn myself out? Why should I live my life with stress? Why should I live my life with anxiety while there is a way to become free of it? While there is a way to learn and live in a beautiful state? I think that importance must come. If that comes, I think then we are building a great future.
Let me also ask you, what role does harmony with nature play in this quest for oneness, in this quest for liberating ourselves from the stress and the daily pressures that we live in?
See, nature plays a very important role. In fact, our campuses are around beautiful, it's surrounded by mountains and forests. We have like 300,000 square feet of 300,000 acres of forest around our campuses. And when people come there and they land in the campus, they say, I'm feeling a sense of calm, I'm feeling a sense of silence. So the impact is immediately there. But if we want to take it a little bit more deeper, we have to understand that we and nature are one. The ancients have said that annam parabrahma swarupam, which means if you take rice in a spoon and start contemplating on how that rice landed on your spoon and really understand that the whole universe has gone in making that happen. The sun's rays, the light of the moon, the Mother Earth's soil, the air, the water, the farmer's hard work, and at the end of the day, your mother cooking and bringing it onto the table. So it's everybody's effort and nature's effort that's actually gone into making that spoon of rice come to you. If people can even contemplate, let's say, once a day, if not even once a day, even once a week, that this spoon of rice that I'm going to have now, the whole universe has gone into making this, then you will awaken to this terrific understanding of how nature is playing such an important role in your survival. We have a foundation. In fact, we are just not talking about philosophy, but also we put into action. So Loka, my daughter, has started a foundation called Loka Foundation. And I took her, me and Preetaji, my wife, we took her when she was 7 years old to this orphanage called Udavam Karangal in Chennai, because we wanted her to feel and see, feel and meet these children. And when she met this very young children, very, very young, who are like 14 days old, 2 months old, 3 months old, who do not have parents, it touched her very deeply. And we came back home that evening, and she told me, in Telugu we call Nana. Nana means dad. Dad, I want to do something for these kids because they don't have what I have. And she took up the responsibility at the age of 7 to take up life sponsorship for 100 kids. And she fulfilled she fulfilled that in 3 years' time. And from the age of 7 to 10, she used to come to programs and stand on stage and raise funds for this initiative. At the age of 9, I took her to a village next to Ekam. And there she saw children so happy. Everyone came to her, held her hand, played with her, talked to her. And the impact there she had was that these children are so happy that their physical world, which is not really in a great shape, that should not take away their happiness. That should not take away their joy. So I want to do something. So she started Loka Foundation, which is right now building 5 World Village projects. And all these villages are built on the concept of sustainability. So the villages themselves actually create mud bricks. They don't use cement and steel. They actually use all the local materials from the village. They are the people who are actually constructing. They do everything, and they're building their homes. And these are communities who are scheduled tribes. And their homes were with walls that were 2 feet height. And when it used to rain, water inside the house, and they used to live outside the house. So today they have beautiful homes, and all are sustainable homes. And we are teaching them, Loka said, human beings first, infrastructure next. So the first thing we taught them all was connection with nature, connection with Mother Earth, connection with the trees. And every villager learned to appreciate how important the forests are, how important the birds are. And after that happened, over a period of 6 months, we actually went inside and started building these villages for them. We are now helping. It's completely eco-friendly, sustainable villages.
Let me also ask you, Sri Krishnaji, forgiveness is a very profound concept in many spiritual traditions. Yet, how can forgiveness heal personal wounds and contribute to reconciliation? Because this is not just about individuals. It's also across the society, it's across nations that we need to build this way of life where forgiveness comes in and reconciliation, because standoffs really are the negative state, as you mentioned, that human beings are in.
See, there's nothing like forgiveness. Okay. Forgiveness is just an ideal, and it doesn't work. If forgiveness is such a great, successful concept, then the whole world must be a better world. So I hurt you, you hurt me, and we each say, okay, we forgive each other and walk off. But it's not happening. We are holding on to our hurts, and we are taking time to teach the other person a lesson. So forgiveness is not happening. What needs to happen is a healing. A healing has to happen. So when a person is hurt, that person must heal from that hurt. Only after healing from that hurt, forgiveness is something that's automatic. I will give you a great example that Sri Krishnaji was doing. Sri Krishnaji was invited to a very important mission in Colombia, in the country Colombia. You know that Colombia had 60 years of civil war.
True.
Yes, and a person from Harvard University who's a Colombian came to one of our courses and was deeply moved and deeply touched with the work we are doing. So he put up an event called Peace in Your Eyes. For the first time, he brought the guerrilla warfare people, the paramilitary people, the political leadership, the civil society, and the press, all of them together in a jungle in Colombia where Sri Krishnaji was invited. This program was put for Sri Krishnaji for 2 days, where all of them had to see into each other's eyes. They were not looking into each other's eyes, and actually forgive. So Sri Pritaji led them through a beautiful journey of healing. A healing happened. And at the end of the event, everybody could look into each other's eyes, talk, and hug each other for the first time. It was so heavily guarded that Pritaji was telling me that when she was going to the restroom, there was an armed man with a gun guarding her. That is how armed it was. 1 month later, one guerrilla leader was interviewed in a local channel, and he said, I was once again invited to take up arms, and I was told, let's hurt back. And I told my people I can't do it after I've attended Peace in Your Eyes. I am healed. My hurt is over. I don't have that hurt anymore. I'm a healed human being. I cannot touch arms again. I cannot kill or hurt somebody again. I will not do it. So that is the power of healing. That is the power of transformation. When you really find freedom from it, not manage it or not escape from it, you are a changed person.
Very well said, very profound. You've dedicated your life to spiritual teachings, humanitarian work. What do you think you would want to leave in this world as your legacy?
See, if you look at today's youth, it's very sad. I meet them and most of them are tremendously disconnected, lost, stressed out, anxious about the future. Now, when you start talking to them, you realize that all this has happened because it starts off in the family. There is a lot of stress, anxiety, and disconnection in the family. And because of that, the youth today are feeling so disconnected and stressed out. Sri Pritaji and I, we would like to work with the youth of this country. We are going to work with them so that the next generation does not have this kind of stress or anxiety or suffering states. We have, everyone is focused on how much of property shall I leave behind for my child, or what kind of position or power, what should I leave behind physically for my child. But the most important thing that you need to leave behind for your next generation is a state. It's a beautiful state. It's a state of great compassion and oneness.
Amazing how stressed we stay as a nation, as a world, as individuals. How many things, how many desires, how many pulls and pushes we have in our minds. And at the end of the day, it's all about calming down, meditating, wondering which state this is coming from, and actually controlling, and not even controlling that state, just coming to terms with it and just healing, as you said, which can be done in so many ways. Thank you very much, Sri Krishnaji. Thank you very much for speaking to me on Frankly Speaking. And I hope many people watching this show tonight will understand how to connect within, not just how to connect without. Thank you.
Thank you, Navika ji.